Welcome back to NGTV Play Super Smash Bros. Project M, featuring myself, Spencer, my co-host Matt. I'm gonna play as seriously Samus. I listened to.
I was like, this maybe it fixed.
I listened to what is it? Fuck. I don't remember what it's called. It's like Hank and John do a podcast. I don't know if you know about it.
Oh, John Green?
Yeah, Hank and John do a podcast, and it's like you ask them questions, and literally like they just take questions from people and talk about them, right? And while John's been gone because of Paper Towns, Hank's had a guest on every time, and so each guest like there's things that they do, like for instance, John would always start every episode with like a poem that he would read. But every guest so far has read an excerpt from an Elton John song every time, and it's always the same writer because Elton John had this one writer that wrote like a lot of his songs.
Really?
Yeah.
Elton John
this one guy wrote like a ton of his songs. So like they all like every single one of these people took an excerpt from like that, and it's been like the past like month or so because they only do it weekly. But there's this recent episode where he did an episode with Felicia Day. And I
don't really like her very much.
She's okay in some aspects. I like her as a person.
She's pretty. I like her as a person.
Yeah, I like her as a person now more because I've listened to the Ear Biscuits podcast with her about her childhood, and then I listened to this most recent one as well, and she seems like the type of person who like figured herself out over a long period of time. Like really.
I'm glad what she's done for women in like gaming and stuff. Felicia Day. Yeah, that's her, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she did the Guild.
Yeah.
Which apparently, I told you about this, but she made another series where it was supposed to be kind of like in the same vein as the Guild, but it was like paranormal investigators. So that might be kind of fun to watch. But anyways, they're talking.
I don't think she's a good actress.
No. But I feel like she produces good stuff.
Yeah.
Like the other people around her were pretty good.
You know, she was on an episode of House.
Oh yeah. You told me about that. Also, did you know that all the props that she used in the Guild were done by the same guy who did a he did I'm trying to find something that you might recognize with it. He was a prop guy and a director, and he did the props. He did all the dinosaurs for that kids show Dinosaurs.
I never watched that.
Okay.
That wasn't a kids show actually. I just realized a few days ago when I watched the finale, that.
It wasn't like really a kid show?
No, it was literally marketed to young adults. And
oh, that's funny.
It wasn't on any kid network at all.
I watched it a lot as a kid, and I enjoyed the hell of it. That's funny. But he did that. He did all the dinosaurs in that. He did Power Rangers.
Did you see the finale of that?
I didn't.
I only watched it on YouTube.
I only watched a couple episodes.
The Ice Age comes, and they're all sitting there waiting to die.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't have to watch that show because like now as an older person, because I watched it when I was like 5.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen it since. But and he did all of the props and stuff like that, and executive produced Power Rangers SPD.
Oh.
And he did a bunch of stuff for like Jurassic Park Lost World. Like he did the dinosaurs for Jurassic Park Lost World. Anyways, so she had that guy come in and do the Guild stuff. Like he did all of their props and like outfits when they do the weird cosplaying stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he's really, really good. But anyways, I didn't even talk about that. Felicia Day and Hank Green end up talking because they get a question about how this person had kind of a falling out with a friend, and they're no longer friends, and they actually didn't really like this type of person. Like they don't want to be like around with them, and whatever this guy did or person was not something that was like, you know, they're not friends anymore because of it, right? And so this person comes back. And they're like, hey, I want to be friends again. Can we be friends? And she's saying, well, I don't remember if it was a girl or not. I don't know if I want to be this person. Like I don't want to be involved with this person anymore. You know, like I don't like them as a person. And so she was asking like, well, what should I do in this situation? And it was really weird to listen to Hank and like Felicia talk about how like, yeah, I mean, I've had relationships like that, and it's really hard, but you kind of have to be stern with the person, like, and you think of Hank and he's like real nice and stuff like that, you know, but like he was talking about how he's had to do it once before, and he gets anxious thinking about it because like the way he has to like you have to talk to somebody in that situation, like and he was basically just like, yeah, you sound like an asshole, and they're gonna think you're an asshole, but you literally have to tell them, hey, I don't want to hang out with you. I'm sorry, but we can't be friends. Like, and if you can't accept that, I'm sorry, but there's, I'm not obligated to be your friend just because you want me to. And it was like crazy. I'm like, holy shit. Like, Hank just sounds like, it's like not something you expect from him. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But that's what you were talking about last episode. Matt was talking about the movie The Gift, and that's what that reminded me of. I thought it was pretty interesting. But you should check out their podcast. It's pretty good. I think John Green's gonna be on like the next episode. I think just about every friend that we've had though in that situation, like friends that we were both involved with, it was like we would tell them that we didn't like them, or not like in an asshole way, but we would like tell them, like, we would make it abundantly clear that we weren't really like that friendly,
like Jackie,
and then they just wouldn't get it. Like, you almost have to literally say, hey, really, like, you're kind of crazy and like an asshole and like not fun to be around, and we don't get along at all, Crazy. Like, some people really just like, you have to like spell it out for them.
Well, I mean, besides Jackie, who do you?
Well, like Glenn, kind of.
Glenn? I wasn't friends with Glenn Samadi.
No, but he hung out with us all the time. Remember?
He never hung out with us. I never hung out with him.
Well, no, he sat with us. And you remember? Oh, was it Glenn? Where?
You thinking about Chase?
No. Because I remember he was sitting at the. It's the senior year, I think, and he was sitting.
He wasn't even in senior year, man.
Who am I thinking about? Who was it? I mean, it might have been junior year, but who was it that? We were coming back from lunch and we saw them and we're like, okay, we're gonna run. We're gonna act like I accidentally pour my.
That was Jesse.
Was that Jesse? Oh,
yes.
Okay. Yeah, Jesse. Okay, yeah. Because we were friends with that guy, and then he became an asshole.
He didn't become an asshole. He became like a pussy. And he forgot who brought him in.
It's true. That was funny. That was right when he was like kind of starting that shit,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Glenn. No, yeah.
It was Jesse.
We were never really friends with Glenn.
Glenn was that giant-ass fat guy.
Yeah, I know who he is, dude. Because he was that guy that you were in
8th grade
ROTC, and you guys would play. Was he the guy that you would play basketball and you would like jump off his back, or you would throw you up to make goals or something like that?
I mean, he was he was weird.
He was cool in like moments, but man, he would have like
he would have like some really crazy like
shit. Like, I don't know,
just weird shit. I think his home life wasn't very good.
Well,
he could kick my ass, so I never made fun of him.
Well, yeah, because he was huge, man. He was like Andre the Giant.
He was Andre the Giant level. Guess I'll just die.
I kind of had like some moments where I was like kind of pseudo friends with him.
I mean, you're pseudo friends with everybody.
So.
I'm not saying I'm not like that's like a bad personality trait to have. I'm just saying. It's like saying you breathe air.
Oh, like I wonder if I worked on it, I could be better at like networking.
Probably be good at like
A&R.
I don't know what that is.
It's the people who represent people, like actors and stuff like that, and they do all of the oh shit. They're like the actors representative, or whatever.
You mean PR?
Nah.
It's public relations.
Well, kind of. Yeah, it's part of all that. I think it's actually might be the same thing.
What did you say? A&R?
A&R, yeah.
What does that stand for?
I don't remember what it stands for. I'll have to look it up after this episode.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Well, if I wanted it as a career, dude. But what were you going to say? Because you said you were going to be like that, and I just assumed. Was it public relations or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. But I don't know if you.
I actually thought it was Smash 4 for a second. I thought I could wind it up with the C-stick.
Yeah, sometimes that happens to me too, especially with like Peach, because
it's
actually
kind of nice.
Her forward smashes are good in Smash 4. They actually hit, unlike in Melee.
Crazy, even though she has that type of problem, she's still like really, really crazy in Melee. But nice. I have a hard time like getting places with Samus
But yeah, Chase was like that. I don't know if you remember Chase. He was only around for like sophomore and freshman year.
But Chase is the one that
he got in a fight with Glenn. They did like this sumo push-in match. It was crazy. But yeah, Chase was one of those guys who thought we were friends. We were not friends. I hated that guy.
Look, he was an asshole. Like he was like and he would go through stages too, where like he would be like a total asshole, and then right around the corner be like as if you're buddies.
Yeah.
Like right around the corner, be like, oh yeah, we're buddies, dude. It was like he thought that being an asshole was like a normal thing to do. Like, oh, we're just guys, we're just douchebags to each other, and like he was like,
yeah, you only get to that level after a while. You don't start at that level.
Yeah, you know, like because like you, Coulter, and I can be like douchey like that. More you and Coulter than I am. I am less capable of being like that. Not saying that it's bad or anything like that. You know, just because you're just having fun or whatever. But I'm just like not as witty in that sense, you know?
I fucking hate that move where he like, hits me in behind.
Like my wit is a different level of wit.
This is true. I'm at 2 stocks?
Yeah, you
what
like SD'd,
fuck?
I think. Or I gimped you. Oh, I'm barely paying attention right now because we're talking. I just play. Just let it go.
But yeah, Chase was like that. Not Chase.
Chance. Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, that's
Chase
totally
was just an asshole.
Chase was just an asshole.
He was a bully.
Yeah, Chance wasn't a bully. He was just weird. And like kind of strangely like
he would be douchey and like be like and then act like your buddy the next second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he would be douchey and act like your buddy, but he would do it in a different kind of way than what I was thinking with Chase. Cuz like Chase would kind of act like your buddy sometimes.
I think Chase acted like your buddy if it suited him. Dude, you like fucking raped me.
I never hang out with Chance very often because you had him in class, but I didn't have him in any of my classes.
Lucky. I was glad when he left.
Who was it that we had in Callaway's? That
was them.
That was
Chase and the other guy and that other guy.
Who was the other guy?
I don't remember.
Chase and that one guy were like friends, and they were like the fucking duo.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they were assholes.
Save me.
There's one thing that you could change from like high school, like from freshman to senior year. What would it be? And it'll be like, oh, I wouldn't change anything because there's something you could think of something. Like, it made me who I am. That's like a cop out. That's what that is. Damn.
I mean, I don't know.
Like, if you go back and tell yourself something, like at the beginning of freshman year, that would, like, change your approach or something like that, or, like, set yourself up better for, an easier ride, like, what would it be?
Well, I'd probably, like, stick to going to college.
Oh, like, actually try to, like, excel?
Yeah. Well, I excelled easily.
Yeah, but you didn't excel, like, in a way where you're, like, taking the SATs and, like, all that shit,
Well, no, I wouldn't do that. I'm just saying, after high school, I would have stayed in college longer.
We had a hard time. I think we
didn't
picked
really
kind
have
of bad.
a hard time.
No.
We were just like, this is dumb.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, we had a hard time in the sense that, like, it was, like, really weird because it didn't feel like shit that we wanted to be doing. Especially you. I think I wasn't as bad about it, but I don't think the music class we ended up taking was your type of composition class or whatever.
Or music appreciation. Yeah,
music appreciation was fucking like.
I liked the history class a lot though.
History class was really cool. Yeah.
The teacher was cool.
Mm-hmm. But the music appreciation was just like I learned some stuff like how to better identify like instruments in a mix based on their timbre and all that. But like besides that, that was the only useful thing I fucking learned in that class. Everything else.
We only stayed there for like 2 months.
Yeah. I know.
We just like straight up stopped going. That was crazy.
It's crazy. I pay for those classes myself too. My parents did not help out with that shit.
It was a pretty good last stock for me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Probably not date the people that I dated.
Oh my god, me too. Me too.
I don't know. I think if you'd stayed with what's her face, it would have been and then, like,
I would have
maybe
changed my entire approach though.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think that kind of actually like dictated the way like I treat women now. A lot of the like, because like I didn't have like a lot of girlfriends in high school. I had her like basically my entire senior year, you know. So I just don't feel like I properly allowed myself enough experience for life outside of high school. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm not like upset about it. I just feel like that would be useful, you know.
But I don't know. Not very much, you know.
I probably
was
wouldn't have.
fairly easy and fun for me.
Well, I probably would have not moved in with my dad for sophomore year. For those of you who don't know, because we're kind of talking about like life stuff, Matt and I went to the same high school. We met like freshman year of high school, and I ended up switching schools like for sophomore year because my parents were split up or whatever. So I wanted to try living with my dad for a short while, and that ended up backfiring like an immense amount. And I ended up leaving and going back like in the middle of junior year for like the second semester. And basically like none of the people that I met sophomore and junior year ended up being lasting friends. So it was like basically a huge fucking waste of time. Yeah. That was like, I think I would have had so much because apparently your sophomore year was like really good, you know? And my sophomore year was fucking terrible. Like my sophomore year, because I came in and I didn't have any friends that everyone else would have had from their freshman year, you know? So like, and this is going to sound like really like depressing, but like the first 3 or 4 months of sophomore year on my lunch, I just sat by myself. I had no friends to sit with. And that's like half high school right there is fucking sitting with people at lunch, you know? Pretty bad.
What the fuck?
That's I think we had like some kind of glitch or something like that. That was.
What the fuck was that? I have to watch that on the VOD. Well, I don't want to talk about this anymore. It's depressing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It sounds very depressing. Like, oh man, I had a terrible time sophomore year. But I think that's the only thing I would change. That's all. Life would have been a little bit easier. Motherfucker.
So I could reflect that shit.
Out of all the characters that you play here, which character that you play the most would you consider playing their actual like original like IP?
None.
None? You wouldn't play Star Fox or anything like that?
No, not my type of games.
I think Star Fox is one of those games that unless you like experienced it when you're younger, you probably wouldn't enjoy it now.
I mean, there's a new one coming out.
Yeah, but apparently, hearing about it, and apparently it's a little bit on rails.
I think the whole thing's on rails. I mean, who cares though?
Well, it's supposed to be like a fighter game, so it's like, well, it's kind of like less a fighter game, more like a.
It's not a fighter game. It's like a spaceship game.
Yeah, you like go through like a course almost, like an obstacle course, kind of weird. Nice. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, like button. If you want to see some more, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.